Hey everyone, and welcome. My name's Aaron, and today we're taking a look at the Coppersound Daedalus Reverb. I'll be playing my Fender Modern Player Starcaster through my Jackson Newcastle 18. And here is my clean tone, or dry tone in this case. That's how you stop it. Cool. Guys, it's the Daedalus Reverb from Coppersound. This thing is really interesting. It's very amp-like, I would say. It reminds me of like a reverb in an amp. Your direct sound is like always in there, and then you're just dialing up sort of the amount of reverb. So a little more subtle, which is what kind of reminds me of the amp thing. So these controls here, we've got reverb, depth, we've got preamp down here, blend over here, which I didn't touch, but I'll talk about, and then reverb too. So reverb is the overall amount of reverb. Depth is kind of like the size. This preamp kind of pushes the grit and the sort of size of the reverb tank even further inside the pedal. And then this reverb 2 is just a separate level, basically. It's not like you're not stacking reverbs on top of each other. You are choosing to have this level of reverb instead of this level. So it's kind of cool because you can go from like maybe a subtle setting over here to like a more washy, you know, bigger setting, which is kind of how I had it set. So like you'd go from this to sort of like a shorter, like chilled out verb, and then turn this one on, and it's a lot bigger. You could even crank it all the way up. Yeah, like I said, even at extreme settings, I mean, this thing's all the way up. It's still, your direct signal's coming through, so it's a subtler, kind of sound. Really nice, gets out of the way, like it provides kind of that washy space that you want from a reverb, but it doesn't get in the way of your clean sound. This thing also has some cool extra sort of functionality here. This jack right here is an expression jack. You can put in an effect in, like, that's like an effects loop. So you get a splitter cable and you go into an effect or group of effects, and those effects will be on the decay of the reverb. So if you want to do a crazy like tremolo reverb thing or a, an overdrive pedal on just the reverb, you can do that. Also, you can hook up an expression pedal or a volume pedal to this input as well. And then you can control the amount of reverb with your expression pedal. This blend knob blends in the amount of, the external effect that's inserted. So you can, choose to have that like really dramatic or just very subtle or whatever. Really unique little reverb box here. I was sort of surprised when I plugged it in at how subtle it was. And that's sort of cool because there's not a lot of pedals that are actually like subtle amp-like reverb. You do hear a lot of pedals that have, huge amounts of like epic reverb wash, and things like that, and shimmer and all this sparkly stuff. But more often than not, those can get kind of lost in a mix. And especially when you're playing live, what I've found is you want actually maybe less reverb than you think. Maybe more delay, but maybe less reverb. In the studio, I find the opposite. I want like more. I want more verb, more effects, more stuff on the guitars and on everything. But then live, I think it's because when you're playing live, you have the natural ambience of just the room that you're in. And so putting a bunch of reverb and stuff on top of that, it just ends up being this wash of like, where's the note, or whatever. So I appreciate that, about this verb. This could be, like I said, like an always on type of verb. I don't have reverb on my amp, and so this could be useful. Like if I was gonna use it as an always on kind of thing, I'd probably, I do like a little longer sort of decay in general. I'd maybe put the mix, or it's not a mix, it's like the reverb amount here, at maybe a little below noon, the depth at like kind of way up, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then the preamp kind of past noon as well. Is that where that is? Yeah. That would give me, maybe that's even too big. Let's make it a little smaller. Pretty chilled out, pretty nice. If you put some overdrive on it, obviously, you can like hear it a little bit more. And some delay. Let's do just like an aggressive overdrive. This is the Benson preamp. Really fun little dual foot switch reverb here from Coppersound Pedals. Check it out if you ever get the chance. Hey, let me know if you have any questions down below in the comments about this pedal. Would love to answer those. That's going to be it from me today. We'll see you all next time.